What's up, YouTube? This is SoraSketchy, and I'm back from my 1 month trip from China. And I apologize if my commentating skills are a lot of bit rusty. But anyways, let's hop straight into the battle. Now that the PO2 server is out with the new Black and White 2 updates, it's been pretty interesting playing to see what people have been doing with the new forms now that they've been released. I don't think any of them will go Uber like some people are saying. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Let's talk about the battle. As you can see, this is my team, which I call the Power of 3. And this team really doesn't have any strategy. I just threw it together because I wanted to see what kind of, how the new forms would work out. And gotta say, a lot of people have been pretty creative with the way that they've been using. I was kind of hoping that we'd get some better abilities. I guess Voltazorb is alright on Thunder's T, but I mean, meh. Could be better, I guess. Alright, so I'm going to send out my Blissey right here just to outstall his Vaporeon. I'm going to go for the Thunder, predicting him to stay in. He's actually going to roar me out and send in my Thundurus, which currently doesn't have a sprite, which is why you just see a box. I'm going to send back out my Blissey because I'm expecting him to switch into either his Landorus or Jolteon, expecting me to go for the Thunder. But unfortunately, he's going to go into Landorus, so I'm going to be forced to switch out because I know from experience, even without Life or Banded, Landorus can one-hit KO a Blissey with the superpower. So I'm going to switch into my defensive wall, my Politoed. He's going to switch into Vaporeon. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam, since I see that he doesn't have Hydration. I could have went for the Hydro Pump, but predicting a switch, I'm not going to do that. He's going to go for the Wish. And right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out my Politoed into my Thundurus T. He's going to go for the Protect, so I'm going to try to scare him out. I think he's going to switch into his Jolteon right here. Let's see. Yep, he's going to switch into his Jolteon. Fortunately, I do go for the Thunder, and he gets the Volt Absorb, but that's alright. I'm going to go back in my Blissey, which pretty much walls his Jolteon. Since he goes for the Hidden Power, I'm predicting that that's going to be the Hidden Power Ice. He's going to switch out into his Vaporeon, and I'm just going to go for the Thunder again, predicting his Vaporeon to come in. And now that his Vaporeon's pretty much dead from the Toxic, I don't really have to worry about it. He's going to call back in, send out his Landorus, and since I'm predicting his switch, I'm going to go into my own Vaporeon. I'm going to pull a double switch right here into my own Landorus T, predicting him to go out. But he's actually going to go for the U-turn, which is a pretty good play. He's going to send in his Jolteon for some reason. Oh yeah, because of HPIs. Fuck. Landorus, yeah, without a Scarf is pretty slow. And I think I banded mine because this is before I figured out how powerful he was before the band. I'm going to go into my Blissey just to go for the Toxic. But he's going to switch into his Vaporeon. Doesn't really matter at this point because his Vaporeon's basically dead no matter what he does, even if he makes a wish. He's going to go into his Landorus right here, and of course I don't want to stay in. I'm going to go into my Politoed, predicting another superpower. Politoed takes it pretty well. And I'm pretty sure right here he's not going to stay in. So I'm going to go for the Ice Beam again. Is that what I do? Let's see. Oh no, I go for the Toxic. So he's going to switch into his Ferrothorn to take that. I'm going to go for the Protect just to see what he's going to do. He's going to go for the Spikes. I guess he was predicting me to switch. But I went for the Protect just in case to see if he wanted to go for the Power Whip. I'm going to switch into my Tornadus T, which is a specially offensive monster. I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Fire. So he's going to switch out into his Landorus. I'm just going to go for the Hurricane because I'm pretty sure he's either going to switch out, and even if he doesn't go for the Protect again, you know, should be doing at least a pretty good chunk. I'm luckily going to get the Confusion, and his Landorus is going to kill himself with the Confusion, which is pretty nice. I'm going to sound out my Politoed as he goes back into his Ferrothorn. So I'm going to switch back out in my Tornadus T. He's going to switch out, he's going to set up his last layer of Spikes. He's going to send out his Azelf, and I'm going to go for the Hurricane. He's going to hang on with the Focus Sash, but luckily he's going to get the Confusion again. I'm going to switch out into my Politoed because I'm actually fearing an explosion. But he's just going to kill himself in Confusion again, which is just like lol. Alright, so he's going to sound out his Jolteon right here. Obviously, I'm not going to want to take a hit from that, so I'm going to go for the Protect. I know his Jolteon has Specs, so I'm just going to see what he's going to lock himself into. Because I don't need to make an immediate switch into anything. He's going to go into his Nape as I send out my Thundurus T, But I don't want to take a hit because I'm pretty sure Nape outspeeds Thundurus. He's going to go for the Stone Edge and take out my Politoed. So I'm going to do right here, I'm going to go out into my Vaporeon, which can one-hit KO with Scald. He's not going to want to stay in. He's going to switch into his Jolteon. But I know even if he changes it into his Jolteon, Rain boosted, Stab, Scald does quite a hefty chunk to his Jolteon. Solid 2-hit KO. So I'm going to switch into my Blissey right here, take the T-Bolt. Pretty much since I wall him, so what he's going to do right now is switch out into his Ferrothorn, because, you know, Ferrothorn pretty much walls Blissey unless you're carrying Flamethrower, which I'm not. I'm going to go for the Toxic again. He makes a good play. I'm going to switch into my Tornadus. He's going to Seed me. And right here, I actually go for the Hurricane instead of the Focus Blast, because I was expecting it to do a little bit more than half. I was expecting a pretty solid 2-hit KO. I didn't want to risk missing the Focus Blast. He's going to go for the Protect again. And now I'm going to decide to go for Focus Blast, but unfortunately it's going to miss. I'm going to barely survive the Seeds. I'm going to go for another Focus Blast. And now looking at it, even Focus Blast wouldn't have been a 2-hit KO because, you know, Seeds and Lefty's recoveries would put him at like 5% HP left. I'm going to go into my Thundurus. He's going to switch out into his Jolteon. I'm going to go for the Focus Blast, predicting, basically because even if he decided to stay in, he would have been killed. I'm going to go back now into my Vaporeon because unfortunately for me, my Focus Blast missed, so I won't be taking out his Jolteon today. I'm going to pull a double switch into my Blissey. And, you know, Ferrothorn pretty much walls Blissey. I'm just going to go for the Soft Boil to get some recovery. He's going to go for the Seeds, which is perfectly fine. Holy shit. Blissey is just like a source of HP for Ferrothorn. He's going to go for the Gyro Ball, and since it's resisted by my Vaporeon, you know, it does a pretty low amount. I'm going to go for the Scald just to see how much damage it does, but, you know, I was also hoping for the burn, but unfortunately I don't get it yet. And things looking pretty bleak for me as I just have Vaporeon and Blissey left, which are both just basically walls. But I'm going to go for the rest. And even though I'm seated, it's perfectly fine because I can just rest up every time I get low HP. I'm going to go for the Scald again. He's going to go for Seeds, I guess, either trying to stall me out or hoping my Blissey to come in. He's going to switch out now and go into his Jolteon, but I'm going to go for the Scald. And as you saw earlier, Scald will take out the Jolteon in 2 hits. He's going to go into his Nape right here. And since I'm running max HP, max defense, I'm pretty sure I can take a close combat pretty well. So I'm going to go for the Scald again. But he actually turns out to be Focus Sashed. So that would explain as to why I survived this next close combat here with 1% HP. And now his Nape's going to go down to the Scald, and my Vaporeon's not going to go down to Seeds yet, I don't think. I shouldn't. Yep, okay, my Vaporeon's still alive. So I'm just going to go for the rest to get back to full HP. And this is pretty much the game because, you know, we can't really touch each other. And, so let's see. What should we start talking about? Oh yeah, it's pretty unfortunate that on the PO2 server that everyone's just been playing OU and a little bit of Ubers. Unfortunately, the Kyurem forms really aren't as good as I guess most people were hoping. So yeah, it kind of sucks. Blaziken, in my opinion, is still the best. And as you can see there, I just skipped ahead just to finish it off. But anyways, that would be the game. People really need to start playing in some of the other tiers because OU and NU are pretty awesome too. A lot of new Pokemon, new abilities. Whimsicott got Hurricane, interestingly enough, so I'll be interested to see if anyone decides to run some offensive Whimsicotts. I actually tried it, but really didn't work out too well, but we'll just have to wait and see. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I am back, so I will be uploading more videos, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.